This is a regular pearl, and this is a Barocco pearl, which simply means irregular. Baroque is a type of art that took Europe by force and dominated the 17th century. It is characterized by dramatic, exaggerated motion, excessive ornamentation, complexity, extravagance, and flamboyance. The Trent Council unleashed Baroque as the wonder weapon of Catholic restoration, a pushback against Protestant iconoclasm and the stark Puritanism of the North. The big idea was to put on a spectacular show, ooh and ah the people, and bring them back to the Catholic fold. Emerging absolute monarchies used the style to project wealth and refinement by creating stunning displays of grandeur. Now, right here, some people would say, I don't like Baroque. I don't like showy emptiness. I want substance. And I stand with the people who got fed up with the Ancien Regime and wanted to eat cake. Before making superficial judgments for a deeper understanding and appreciation of Baroque, please watch Waldemar Januszczyk's brilliant episodes on YouTube Perspective. I'm not an eccentric weirdo, and I make a good effort to fit in, but every once in a while it feels good to be a little different. I have these yellow deer-hide gloves that the local farm store sells as work gloves. They're dirt cheap and perfect. I fell in love with them, but they're outrageously yellow and stand out as cartoonish Mickey Mouse gloves. Now, this may become a funny conversation piece, but people will conclude that otherwise I'm normal, so it's just a hint of individualism. But what would happen if these gloves gave me ideas for other vividly colored clothing items? There are people who go way beyond my yellow gloves. Some people love to decorate. Steampunk dress-up looks like a lot of fun. Then there's Burning Man. We cannot be serious all the time. Some individuals are naturally attracted to flamboyant theatricality. And I'm sure some showbiz types purposely exploit the audience's craving for extravagant creativity and flair. And you know what? At the end of the day, entertainment is just entertainment. Baroquisation is an actual word, and mostly it is used to describe how medieval and Renaissance buildings were remodeled and jazzed up in Baroque style. Baroquisation, however, has another meaning that is much less explored: the process of people changing themselves and becoming way too irregular. Elvis had problems. And as we know, money, fame, and power just create more complications. His addiction to a lifestyle, or rather a lifestyle of addictions, led to his rapid decline. Inside, he wasn't well, but he felt compelled to create an illusion of grandeur, and gradually he Baroquized himself. The female version of this is the insufferable aging diva who is in denial of her reality and compensates with an over-the-top Baroque facade and mannerisms. And of course there are the villains, imagined and real. The Deacon, Immortan Joe, and Muammar Gaddafi belong to this club. In spite of their delusional and desperate efforts, male and female divas all share the same fate: a miserable and lonely death. Wannabe alphas are usually wounded and unhappy, maybe driven to prove something or compensate for a perceived shortcoming. They could be actually talented, but settling down into sustainable normalcy doesn't do it for them. Others turn to object porn to pleasure themselves, and of course, any porn is an illusion. Their motorcycles, their cars become out of control Baroque art, and these objects are expected to represent who they really are. This is highly addictive, and they need larger and larger fixes of the Baroque drug. On Millionaire's Row, megalomania turns houses into mansions, mansions into palaces, and this is how yachts turn into super yachts. Complete sets, matching things, and coordinating elements of a style is a very Baroque idea. Collectors always fantasize about the wonderful moment when finally their collection is complete and they achieve perfection. It could turn into an obsession, and many collectors don't know when to stop. I have seen an extreme example of this in Dresden. Augustus the Strong was probably one of the better monarchs of the times, but his menagerie of jewels and little figurines is too much and a bit silly. Where is the inspirational message here? Some people think that if a little bit of something is good, then more of it will be better, and they go overboard. The pursuit of perfection is particularly strange when it leads to body Baroquisation. Looking at the extreme forms of it, I always wonder about the underlying pathology. What was the deal with Baroque again? Putting on a fantastic show to impress people, exaggerated drama, excessive ornamentation, complexity, extravagance, and flamboyance. This painted church ceiling was virtual reality back then. Today, we have much better tools to immerse people in a virtual reality, but to what end? We are witnessing an explosion of AI-generated videos that have no storyline, no substance whatsoever. For those who are not worshipping at the altar of technology, this is l'art pour l'art, art for art's sake. Pointless. Classical Baroque is a mature style, a final golden glow, a spectacular sunset of a great culture never to be seen again. In my 20s, I had an endless supply of energy, I had fights to fight, I couldn't afford to be slowed down, and nuances and details were lost on me. At the zenith of my career, I did my best work effortlessly, but I was a harnessed workhorse. Now that I'm retired, I'm free to contemplate things and savor the kind of details that I had not noticed before. I could live out my personal Baroque rebellion if I wanted to, but I have no need for that. I'm not a male diva, I'm not a villain, I'm not into object porn, and I don't have collector's OCD. I just want to enjoy my golden sunset with my favorite Baroque poultry, Haydn's hen.